Hey everyone, let's talk about something that might make you pause and think: wildfire smoke drifting thousands of miles to smother cities like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Picture this: a childcare center in Pennsylvania, where the air is so thick with smoke you can practically taste it, and the director is scrambling to keep kids indoors. Sounds absurd, right? But here we are, in a world where climate change isn't just a distant threat, it's a daily reality for places that never prepared for it. What makes this really interesting is how quickly our assumptions about environmental risks are being upended. Pennsylvania, a state that once prided itself on clean air thanks to decades of regulation, is now grappling with a problem it never imagined: wildfire smoke from Canada. And the kicker? This isn't a one-off event. It's the new normal, and we're all going to have to adapt, whether we like it or not. Let's unpack this. The real villain here isn't just the smoke, it's the tiny particles, PM 2.5, that can slip into your lungs and bloodstream like they're not even there. These are particles so small they're invisible to the naked eye, yet they pack a punch. Think about it: in Pittsburgh, where air quality has improved over the years, PM 2.5 levels usually hover around 10 to 15 micrograms per cubic meter. But during these smoke events, they spike to 200 micrograms, 20 times higher. That's like breathing in a cloud of razor blades. And here's the thing: the people who suffer most aren't the ones with the fanciest masks. It's kids, seniors, and outdoor workers who can't just shut their windows and hide. This isn't just a health crisis, it's a social justice issue. Lower-income communities, people of color, and the elderly are hit hardest, even though they're often the least equipped to fight back. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just about individual responsibility. It's about systemic failures in how we've handled climate change for decades. Now, let's talk about the politics of it all. Pennsylvania has a complicated relationship with climate change. On one hand, it's home to some of the most progressive environmental advocates in the country. On the other, it's still deeply tied to its fossil fuel legacy. State Representative Greg Vitale, who's been pushing for environmental reforms for 35 years, admits he's frustrated by the lack of public awareness. He's seen the smoke fill the sky, but he's not hearing the connection between that and the need to act on climate change. Why? Because for too long, climate issues have been framed as distant, abstract problems. But when you can't breathe outside, it's no longer abstract. It's personal. And yet, there's no specific legislation in Pennsylvania to protect workers or kids during these events. The state relies on vague federal guidelines, which leaves a lot of room for interpretation and risk. Here's what's even more alarming: this isn't just a local problem. The smoke is coming from Canada, a country that's also struggling with the consequences of climate change. But instead of working together to address the root causes, we're left picking up the pieces. It's a global issue, but the solutions feel local. Karen Schaefer, the childcare director, put it best when she said, "We know the climate has changed dramatically." Her center, which used to be a hub of outdoor learning, had to lock its doors to protect kids from the air. That's the paradox: the more we try to build sustainable communities, the more we are forced to confront the chaos of a warming planet. What this really suggests is that we're not just fighting wildfires, we're fighting a system that's failed to prepare for the future we're creating. So, what's next? Well, here's the thing: we can't just wait for the smoke to clear. We need to rethink how we approach climate resilience. That means better public education, stronger regulations, and a willingness to connect the dots between air quality and the broader climate crisis. But more than that, it means recognizing that this isn't just about science or policy, it's about human lives. Every time we see a child kept indoors because of smoke, or an outdoor worker exposed to toxic air, it's a reminder that we're not just adapting to a changing climate. We're adapting to a world where the rules have changed, and we're all playing catch-up. The question is, will we learn from this, or will we keep repeating the same mistakes until it's too late?